Hi, my name is Shamika Nichols. I'm the Executive Director at Soulardarity. So we're so excited that we're able to bring 10 solar-powered streetlights to Highland Park. This has been a long time coming for a community that's been in the dark for so long. We're also excited that we're able to make the streets safer, reduce energy bills, and provide community ownership.
Hi, I'm Mayor McDonald from the city of Highland Park, the great city of Highland Park, let me say that. This is a great day in Highland Park. It's a long time coming, and we have been looking forward to this day since 2011 when the lights were first taken out. So it's an exciting time. I'm quite sure everyone in the city is excited about getting lights on their street. And these are the first two streets, but it won't be the last two streets.
Yes, I'm Pastor Devin Goff, Senior Pastor at Revival Tabernacle Church here in Highland Park. It brings about a resurgence. It certainly shows that hope is still alive in Highland Park, that hope can come alive when community organizations, churches, government, nonprofit organizations, the citizens of the community can work together.
I'm Karanja Famadou, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Ryder Cooperative Industries. It's a grand day in as much as that we're able to provide streetlights that have been missing since 2011. Ryder Cooperative Industries have been working with Highland Park to try to replace streetlights and provide lighting within the community since that time.
So that I stand here, Kari Frazier, with the communications for Soulardarity. All right, you guys see it. You all feel it. You already know what we're doing today for Soulardarity. This is a huge celebration. I'm talking about it is streetlights, solar streetlights back in Highland Park, and it's 10. And it's going to be many, many, many more.
My name is Max Boyd. I am the Highland Park Coordinator for Soulardarity. Today means a lot. We're getting 10 solar streetlights installed on the public right-of-way, and it means that we stand on the shoulders of a lot of residents, members, Soulardarity staff members, dreamers that have long since wanted these types of things to happen inside of the city of Highland Park. It's a momentous occasion.
Yeah. So once again, I'm Angela Davis. If you enjoy the music and the vibes that we're giving, you can follow us on social media, Angela Davis Entertainment. And we have Sasha Kashberko on Instagram, all social media. So, yeah. He's tuning up that amazing instrument of his. Because it's amazing. He's going to do it just right. All right? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get inspired. Just like that river. Oh, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming. But I know, change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Said it's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond that sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change don't come. Yes, it will. You see, I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep on telling me, don't you hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change don't come. Oh, yes it will. Yeah. Well, I go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please, please help me. But he He winds up knocking me, knocking me, knocking me. Keeps knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, oh. There's been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. But now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change will come. Yes, it will. I said it's been a long time coming, but I know change don't come. Oh, yes, it will.
All right, so that is 2025, like in a short review, but so much more work was done to make this happen. Solidarity as an energy democracy organization, and let me break that down for you all. Energy democracy is really speaking about making sure that we get our power how we need it best for our own communities and households. So it's a heck of a journey because you think to yourself, okay, I definitely want to save the earth. I want to be more grounded and make sure that I'm using something renewable and I don't want to damage what's happening. And also, it would be great to save some money as well. All great things, right? Especially when you think about how that happens with solar power. But surprisingly, a lot of the laws here change the way we can go about executing that. So a lot of the work with solidarity are two things. It's policy driven and pragmatic. Pragmatic means we got to be boots on the ground, connecting to you so that you know what's happening and how it's happening. And policy, as the organization has grown, is really saying like, look, there are laws on the books, but those laws that are on the books were not written for a time like right now. And what we need right now is making sure that we have the choice in how we're going to power everything connected to our communities, because this can not just save money, it saves our environment, but it also saves lives, especially when it gets cold like this. And you have no idea what damage, not necessarily to a home, but also families, as there have been so many stories, tragic about what people don't have in energy and ending up in spaces and losing lives. And that's our community, especially when you think about Highland Park. With that, as I always say, Mama Jones, you've been connected to this solidarity story from the ground up, and a lot of people have heard it, but now let's make sure that they feel it. Solidarity, how did it come to light, and what made you so connected to this organization from the outside, and then the volunteer side, and then the work within it? Let's talk about that.
Well, Corey, I can't say I was from the ground up, but at least for the last 6 years, I've been strongly connected to Solidarity. I started working with Solidarity as a fellow, and I wasn't living in Highland Park then, not knowing that at some point I would be moving to Highland Park, Michigan. Moved into Highland Park, became more connected, but came with the memory of my own experiences with DTE, and they were not good. I don't have any good experiences with DTE, and realizing that it wasn't just me. You know, a lot of times we get embarrassed when our power has been turned off for non-payment, but there's a reason that payment wasn't made. And so we get so embarrassed, we don't share it with anyone. When you come together and you begin to hear the stories of other people, you begin to realize, wait a minute, this is not just my problem. This is a system problem. The way that things are handled, it's a system problem. Well, when I get to Highland Park, I hear the story that DTE literally dug up the streetlights in the residential streets out the ground. Who does that? Put a whole city in the dark and don't care? And I was like, there's something wrong with this picture. Okay. There's just really something wrong. As I begin to get more active in solidarity and learn more about energy democracy, I begin to realize this is a fight that is for all people. Now, have I run into some people that question our fight because they say, well, you know, you just pay your bill and yeah, DTE needs more money so they can fix the infrastructure. And it's like, you haven't experienced it. Okay. You got the money in your pocket. You don't have to worry about whether you're going to be able to buy food, whether or not the kids are going to come home from school and be able to be warm or have lights. Okay. If you've never experienced that and you've never had any issues with that, then yeah, you take that stand. But when you've been there and you realize that every time DTE asks for a rate hike, it's coming out of your pocket, you start thinking twice. And DTE asks for a rate hike twice a year, every year for the last 5 years.
So you talk about the rate hikes, and that definitely hits the hearts and minds of so many people because the prices continue to go up, and definitely the money coming in is not matching a lot of the money that people expect us to have going out.
Mhm.
So a lot of people have gathered and learned the process of what's happening with DTE itself. So me included, just being connected to Solidarity for the years that I've been here, I've learned so much more about the MPSC,
Mhm.
about the way that as they say, like I say, a necessary monopoly for safety. So we don't even have choices. And
Mm-mm.
that's what we're dealing with here in Detroit.
Mhm.
But outside of Detroit, we have neighbors dealing with this same stressors from consumers' energy and even the things that are happening right now. And a lot of the advocacy work has definitely, I think, been recognized through DTE, and Solidarity stood there.
Yeah.
Solidarity has stood in legal fights,
Mhm.
in policy fights, and also just more sure connecting with so many different partners across the state when it comes to the work that Solidarity is doing. I have this question for you. So as you're doing the work, looking at it from the ground up and into policy, what has been one of those motivating factors for you and just, I guess, Solidarity to stay so committed? Because this definitely takes time and patience
Mhm.
in execution. How is that given? And as you answer that question, how does the support feel when the people actually support it even more so outwardly?
Well, you mentioned the MPSC, the Michigan Public Service Commission. This commission was created and designed supposedly to regulate monopolies. DTE is a monopoly. They don't have any competition. We don't have a choice, as you said. It's not like we can decide, well, I don't want to get my energy from DTE anymore. I can go to this company. We have no choice. And so the Michigan Public Service Commission is supposed to regulate how much they can charge, how the energy is brought in. And unfortunately, you kind of feel like they're not doing their job, especially when it comes to the people they're supposed to serve. Well, there's some issues behind that. There's the issue of they are appointed and not elected by the people. There's the issue of they do receive some finances from the very monopoly they're supposed to regulate. And how do you hear the voice of the people if somebody's putting a little something in your pocket? Yeah. So there has to be a fight for policy change uh, consistently. How they uh, they use the excuse we can only do what's in the means of the law. Then that means the law needs to change. And that is an ongoing fight that we need the people to get behind. We make sure that the community knows every time the Michigan Public Service Commission holds an open hearing. All right. Because we want you to show up and give them a piece of your mind. Okay. So to say, we want you to speak about your experiences. We want your voice to be heard, because the more voices that are heard, the more pressure is put on them to actually do their job.
Mm, mm. So you say doing the job, and definitely we've seen a lot happen, and even things somewhat change how the MPSC hearings kind of function because
Mhm.
a lot of the people that have gathered, Solidarity has gathered so many allies in this work of environmental justice, but especially with that Highland Park story, it's a whole different feel, whole
Yeah.
different flavor. You were even at the MyCan conference, really speaking to people about what it's like to interact and engage with DTE right up on the on the boots on the ground
Yeah.
level, right?
Yeah.
And that boots on the ground level leads into intervention work and how that even connects. And we're going to get a lot more of that information because we got Rafael Mojico here as well. And I
Yeah.
know he can speak so much so about how this all functions. And right now, so many people are looking at what's happening with the data centers and what will happen with energy.
Yes.
Basically, it'll be possibly our households versus the technology of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
And we're already dealing with like stresses and strains of where the money is already. You know?
Well, you know, Carl, you bring up that, and the thing is this: when you talk about those data centers, there's so much controversy around them. And why are they so focused on using Michigan? It's almost like they want to use Michigan as the test site to see how things will run. DTE has already taken up so much of our land with solar fields. One of the biggest things I was upset about was when they overtook O'Shea Recreation. They took that entire recreation area for a community and filled it with solar fields. That energy is not going to the community. That energy is going downtown to municipal buildings when they could have put those solar panels on top of the municipal buildings. So they don't care about the community. They only care about you paying that bill, no matter how high it gets. We realize now that this next rate hike could take your bill up 10 to 13%. And you may in your head say that doesn't seem like a lot, but multiply that by 12 months and multiply that by however many customers DTE has. That's major money. That is not going into repairing infrastructure, that is not going into investing and making energy more reliable. Take our lines underground so that we don't have to worry about the storms causing power outages. But they say it costs too much, but you're steady asking for more money. And we're not seeing change. We yet have power outages, which should not exist. So these are the things we're trying to get across to the community, to the people in the community, so that they are able to say, well, wait a minute, they're fighting for a good cause. Let me get on board. We really want you to get on board. Come on and fight with us. Let your voice be heard. My mantra is many voices sound like thunder, and we need a major storm right about now.
As you talk about that major storm that we need right now, this is Giving Tuesday. You may be watching this live, and I know certain people are like, okay, I'm working, or you may be watching this on a replay. So definitely through the end of the year and even past it, but we truly want you to give to Soulardarity because it also helps even in the fights that we're standing in. When they see the types of people that are supporting numbers of it, it only adds more voice to the things that are happening here. And we did a whole campaign. It's like 50 reasons to give is like a 50-day countdown. I'm gonna let you guys in on some of those people. You're probably gonna see me and see Mama Jones again, but there are so many others that added to this campaign, and we want to thank everyone that connected to this and got this off the ground so that we can let people know what's connecting with Soulardarity.
One of the campaigns that I enjoy working on and thinking about is a community solar garden where we could actually buy panels, and if DTE would actually give us the better rate that we all deserve, we could actually lower our energy costs significantly instead of energy costs going up every 6 months.
Because Highland Park deserves streetlights for the people, owned by the people, and not the monopolies that take advantage of the people.
Every single day, we have people in our communities thinking about the challenges that they are trying to get through on a daily basis. But what about our climate? When it comes to the environment that we're living in, people's health relies on it. But we're connecting it to real-world issues when it comes to how our energy is generated. In order to keep the lights on, we need energy. In order to keep our families safe, we need energy. But in order to be able to have community energy for everybody, we need justice. That's why we are connecting energy justice to climate justice.
Support Soulardarity. this Giving Tuesday by investing in Soulardarity, because Soulardarity knows that it's the ideas from the community, of the community, that turn into the actions that change the realities for what our energy looks like.
I'm a member of Soulardarity because Soulardarity is a very progressive organization that has been fighting for the lights in Highland Park and also for the homeowners in Highland Park.
Because I know the future relies on solar energy for everyone.
Have you seen a DTE commercial lately? I don't know if you have, but they promise a lot of great things. They got an awesome, sparkly mission statement. They got a lot of things that you might read in the news that they promise to do, but that's all they are, a bunch of promises. When are the last time you've seen DTE do something for your community? On the other hand, Soulardarity, we've installed solar power streetlights throughout Highland Park and looking to do more. We're providing free weatherization and home repair and solar for residents inside of 48203. We have real solutions we need right now, and every single dollar that you give goes towards those real solutions that Soulardarity is trying to bring. Give to Soulardarity this Giving Tuesday.
Because we can all agree that energy is a human right and not a luxury. Soulardarity has been empowering our community through solar light resources and much, much more since we've started. Please continue to help us on our mission in doing so this Giving Tuesday. Give back to Soulardarity this Giving Tuesday. Because Soulardarity lights the way to a new path and a new future. Help us continue our mission by giving back to Soulardarity this Giving Tuesday.
Solar energy for Highland Park would mean that we would be in the forefront of the kinds of communities that are fighting for clean energy and low energy costs for Highland Park. When you think about the fact that we could actually have community solar, and that if we could actually fight DTE and get the benefit that we as citizens of this country and citizens of the community deserve, then we could all have cheaper energy in Highland Park.
Every single day, we're advocating for a safe and healthy community here in Highland Park and in the surrounding area. The way we're going to be reaching that is because when the grid is ours, we are going to be creating the environment that we need and that we think about every single day when we are facing our challenges. We hope that you'll join us on that.
Energy democracy is about the future, and energy democracy is the gateway so we can sustain and carry on. Soulardarity is all about that. You deserve the choice in knowing how we power, and the ways we power, and from where we get those sources of what is going to power our future. So give to Soulardarity, you're giving to that. Make sure this Giving Tuesday, you're checked in and giving. It only takes a little, but you're making a big step for our future. Support Soulardarity because Highland Park is the model for energy democracy through working with community and lighting up the blocks that had no light and making sure that everything for everybody is empowered by us, for us, and of community.
Yeah, join Soulardarity because, there's a need. The information is there for you. If you're interested in clean air, clean utility bills, lower rates, come join Soulardarity because you know what? It's not about me, it's about you finding out what's available to help you live in a clean, lit, low-rate neighborhood that doesn't cost you an arm and a leg.
The communities of Detroit and Highland Park are all about collective work responsibility, unity, and solidarity. And Soulardarity is a great example for that. Look, Black Detroit, Black Highland Park, these are meccas and places and spaces that have always given to the world with creativity and innovation. And it continues with Soulardarity. So, you need to know what is given in the street lights, what is given in home repair, and what is given to the people. Give to Soulardarity this Giving Tuesday, and you're helping the innovation, creativity, and ingenuity carry on.
Because every dollar that you donate helps to keep lights shining on our blocks and keeping our streets safe for our children.
Support Soulardarity this Giving Tuesday by investing in Soulardarity, because Soulardarity knows that it hits hardest with those rate hikes when it's the temperature and the season that we know we need power the most.
Because they're helping people. They're helping people and then changing people's lives every day. And our climate needs that passion that Soulardarity has for this neighborhood and this community of Highland Park. I've always been happy to be a part of Highland Park because I grew up here in regards to, I've been here since 1979 and was a city carrier and retired right here in the same area as a postmaster.